From the capital of Wyoming, this is News Channel 5 News at 10.
Good evening and happy Valentine's Day. I'm Riley Deacon. Thanks for joining us. Cheyenne police are looking for this 35-year-old who they believe was involved in a January burglary. Mikel Gervais has a warrant out for his arrest. He's believed to be connected with a burglary on January 13th. If you have any information about where he might be, call 638-TIPS. If you thought the price at the pump was expensive, it's about to go up once again. Robert Geha has more on today's legislative session.
Robert Geha reporting from the state capitol. Back to you.
The bill that will give juveniles sentenced to life in prison a chance of parole is now law. Governor Meade signed House Bill 23 today. The law will then go into effect on July 1st. Those for the bill say it shows the state can hold young people accountable for serious crimes without discarding them for the rest of their lives. The budget's been a big topic around the state. Here in Cheyenne, Mayor Kaysen says we're doing well.
So in summary on the budget, we are ahead on revenues by $500,000+ and below expenditures by $700,000, and that's always a positive position to be in.
During today's conference, the mayor also reminded people about adhering to those school zone speed limits and stopping for buses with flashing red lights. Mayor Kaysen also commented on what legislative bills his office is watching in this current session, the supplemental budget being one of them, and the 10-cent increase in the fuel tax we just talked about. They are both on the radar because they could be very beneficial to local governments. The mayor also says he's in favor of that lottery bill.
It really, in my mind, it boils down to an individual decision whether I'm going to purchase a ticket or not purchase a ticket, like any other commodity that might be out there as well. The way the traction it has this year, I would think it might pass.
It was a bit of a chilly night out there for people who are going out on the town for Valentine's Day. Let's head out to Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates, who is wearing a Valentine's Day present from his 2-year-old daughter. Chris.
All right, thank you, Riley. Yes, a beautiful homemade flower for my beautiful daughter, Kaylin. And if you were here at 5:30, you saw her playing around with it. Anyway.
Thanks, Chris. We've talked a lot about spice, a new drug that swept through the state. Health officials have been warning of the dangers of this synthetic form of marijuana, but now national health officials are raising the red flag, reporting serious links to kidney damage in teens and young adults. The CDC reports about 16 such cases in several states, including here in Wyoming. There's a new website out to help prevent impaired driving. The announcement came from the Capitol today, where the governor's council co-chair and Sheridan Police Chief Rich Adrians made the presentation. This new site will have a lot of new information on impaired driving in the state, educational resources and statistics throughout Wyoming and the U.S.
You know, and the website's important because it's really a place where, you know, everybody understands, I think, that impaired driving's bad, and they understand that driving and alcohol don't mix and it causes deaths. But the website is really a spot where folks can go to really understand how bad it is.
The FDA is investigating how dangerous energy drinks are to teens and those who have heart problems. Monster is changing their labels. The cans will soon list nutritional facts instead of supplemental facts, as they do now, and those will indicate just how much caffeine you're drinking. A CenturyLink strike is closer to reality here and in a dozen other states. Union leaders announced today they'll soon set a strike date, but it could be avoided if they reach some sort of agreement over a good contract for 13,000 employees who formerly worked for Quest. The sticking points of that contract revolve around health care and bringing more jobs back to the U.S. Well, many buy Apple products for the security factor. There are fewer viruses, but the latest software update on iPhones could attract hackers. Apparently, a bug in Apple's iOS 6.1 software lets anyone bypass your iPhone password lock. Now, that hacker would then be able to make calls, listen to messages, even access your photos. Similar bugs have been pointed out in previous versions of Apple's mobile operating system. Well, love it or hate it, everybody seems to spend their Valentine's Day a little differently. As News Channel 5's Kyle Markley reports, most still go the traditional route, but others have more unique ideas on how to spend the holiday.
For most people, Valentine's Channel 5.
The votes are in, and our cutest couple winners are Malcolm and Leslie. A big congrats to them. You see them there. They earned the most votes on our website. They win a 2-night stay and dinner for 2 at the V-Bar Ranch nestled in the foothills of Snowy Range. What better way to bless someone's heart this Valentine's than giving to a local charity? Wyoming State Bank held their second annual Giving from the Heart Day at their Pershing location. It's their way of giving back to the community that provides so much business for them during the year. They say what better day to give back than the one represented by the heart.
Hard part about Giving from the Heart is there's so many worthy organizations in Cheyenne that it's hard to decide who should get what and how much and that type of thing. So it's real rewarding today.
The bank is already accepting applications for next year. You can get them at any of their banks or online at wyomingstatebank.com. LCCC's Theater Club is giving a big donation to a local charity. All $1,290 raised in ticket sales from their last performance. Plus, donations was given directly to Safe House Services of Cheyenne. The Theater Performances event helped kick off Cheyenne's participation in 1 Billion Rising, a global effort to help end violence and inequality to women and girls. Which leads us to today's flash mob at the depot. You see them there. This was about 10 o'clock this morning. That same group, 1 Billion Rising Cheyenne, put on the performance there to send their message, then headed up to the Capitol to do so once again.
The flash mob is basically to rise up, to dance, to show people that we mean business about ending these inequalities and abuse against women and girls.
Coming up after the break, we'll have the latest on a Carnival cruise ship stranded at sea. Plus, more woes for Chuck Hagel's Defense Secretary nomination. Those stories next.